What's up, everybody? This is your boy. This is the Breezybowl review that I went to a couple weeks ago. Like and subscribe to my channel, The Real McCoy Boy 24. That's at The Real McCoy Boy 24 or at The Real McCoy Boy. You'll find me on YouTube. I'm also on TikTok. Go look at my videos. I wanted to do this review a long time ago, like right after I got back from, this is what I wore. Well, I was gonna dress up. I had on some white sandals and some white shorts. I was gonna dress up dressy. And then everybody kept saying, oh, this is like the Super Bowl. That's why it's called the Breezybowl, so you're supposed to wear something sporty. And I guess I thought this was sporty enough. One of my creations, I made it. It's Versace. And I thought this was sporty enough. So, let's start with me going there, preparing to go there. First of all, I was going to stay the night. It was in Detroit, Ford Field Center. And I want to address the people that lost their seats. Is because he wanted it to all look the same every concert he went to, which was he spread out the floor and made 2 X's and then had a stage in the back, had a stage in between the X's, had a stage on the other side of the stadium. So that took up a lot, and he wanted to have that dynamic built every city that he went to, and that caused them not to have the room for some of the people. If you didn't understand why he didn't have the room, if you didn't go, that is why that the people lost some of their $1,000 seats, floor seats. That's why. Well, my seat happened to be picked by Chris Brown, and it could have been because of, it was called an official premium ticket. And I looked it up, and Google said that the artist or the artist's people usually pick these seats and make them a certain price, because my price was not that expensive. Make them a certain price. And I think it was also based on the fact that the way he wanted his stage built. So I always tell people where I'm going and let them decide whether or not they want to come with me. The one thing I am going to tell you, I was in Detroit when I first got to Detroit to go. I stopped at a Family Dollar because I forgot my charger here in where I live. And so I bought something that would connect to the car and charge my phone. And the cashier, I was like, I don't know anything about the Ford Field. I've never been there. So I was just wondering. I was at the Little Caesars before, because I saw SWV and Escape there, the Queens of R&B tour. And I think that was what it was called. I can't remember. But anyways, I had never been to Ford Field, and I was under the impression it was going to be outside, which, if the dome wasn't on top of it, it would have been outside. It would have been halfway outside, but they had the dome on it. But anyways, so the woman at the Family Dollar was like, you're going by yourself? I was like, heck yeah. I'm not going to see the people that I offered to come with me. I'm going to see Chris Brown. So I don't care if they don't go. They're not going to stop if I waited on someone to go somewhere with me, I would probably stay home. Because I have different tastes than my friends have. Like my main friend that I go places with, he doesn't even like male artists. You have to really spark his interest for him to like male artists, and that still doesn't mean he's gonna go see that male artist. I've seen a lot of people in my life at concerts. I've been going to concerts since I was like 14 years old. So I've seen a lot of people, a lot of male groups, a lot of women, a lot of women artists, just a lot of people. So if I want to go somewhere, wherever it is, I'm going. If it comes to the fact that I have to go by myself, then so be it. Because I went to the SWV by myself. I rented a car and I drove. And I've always wanted to see Chris Brown. Every time he comes, he's already gone by the time I find out. This time, I looked up. I just said, you know what? I'm going to look up Chris Brown and see when the next time he's touring. Because I said I was going to go. I had already said I was willing to pay $450 at the most for a ticket for him. That's all he can get out of me. If it came down to that. Well, it didn't. I bought, and this is something that people, I don't know if people do it, but this is good for you to do. So I followed, let me stop for a minute about Chris Brown. I followed, and I'm gonna go again if they come back. Escape. I saw Escape 3 times. I saw him twice in Chicago, but both times I went with someone. And then once in Detroit, and I went by myself in Detroit. I enjoyed myself. I had a good time. They performed like no other. Them girls can sing. The place was packed. And they singing the same songs that they came out with when they were teenagers, but they have a fan base that is unwavering. They are going to, and I'm going to follow them anywhere as well. I forgot what I was going to say. I had something else to say, but still, you get the picture. Anyway, so I decided I'm going to see Chris Brown. There was Bryson Tiller, I think that's his name. He opened. He kind of sounds like Chris Brown. There was Summer Walker. And then Chris Brown came in at 8:45 roughly. Left at 11. By the time, I thought it was over at a certain time before 11. I think it was 10. And I was like, is it over yet? And then he came back out and he sung another hour. And I was like, whoa. And we stood up the whole time, majority of the time, 3 hours and 15 minutes or 3 hours and so many minutes. Let me tell you, that boy could sing. I heard him do an interview where he was like, he doesn't feel that he sounds like the songs that he made when he was a teenager. Yes, he does. Yes, he did. He did his old songs from his first album, and man, he sounded just like the album. Like, he sounded just like his 15-year-old self. That man was all over the place. That man flew in the air, flew all across the stadium. Like, and I was scared for him. I was like, why would he trust anybody to put him this high in the air? It was dangerously high. But he did it. He didn't care. All that comparison to Michael Jackson, I'm not a really big fan of Michael Jackson. One of the biggest celebrities, and I'm not taking away from him. Like, his videos, they inspire me because he makes movies out of his videos. And so I'm not going to take his talent away from him, but I was never really a fan per se of his. So, I'm not comparing, I won't compare him to Michael Jackson. But I will say, he's pretty close. Like, the man, his adrenaline was through the roof. And you got to remember, he did the same thing, because I saw some snippets. It was exactly the same. Even at the end when he told us he appreciate us, and whatever seat we're in, he feels the same exact way, whether we're on the floor or whether we're way in the back. I was somewhere in the middle. He still appreciated us and still loved us. He did the same energy as he did at every concert. And I'll go so far as to say, All his other concerts that wasn't the Breezybowl, his other tour 1111, he did way more at those than he did with us. Cause he stopped. He had so many songs to sing that he stopped every song, like not in the middle, but closer to the middle than to the end. Like that's what he did. He would sing almost all the way to the end, and then he would go to the next song. And the songs that he collabed with other artists, they played them because it was so much work that this man put out that he could not sing every song. So the collaborations the DJ played during intermission or during costume change, and I wouldn't even consider it a costume because they weren't costume. They were like jeans and shorts and jackets. But if you want to call it costume change, when he did a costume change, the DJ would come out and play music. But towards the end of his set, the DJ came out while Chris Brown was changing, and he played the songs that he collabed with or cameoed with, so that we would know how much work that this man did. Amazing. Amazing. I would go. I wish he would have just came by himself. I would go and then bring out certain artists that he collabed with. That would have been better. And then they wouldn't have sung their own songs. He would just brought them out and collab their song with them. I think that would have been cuter. But I will go see him again. I definitely will go see Chris Brown again. My ticket was $331, $365. That was what I was going to say. Be sure to get the insurance. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to go back to Escape. When I went to see Escape for the second time in Chicago, I bought a ticket for one of my friends. Side note, me and my friend. My friend had an out-of-town guest, but the out-of-town guest was staying in an Airbnb. And when I called my friend, when I was in Michigan and my friend was in Chicago, I was like, I got us our tickets. He was like, well, why didn't you get my friend that's here visiting a ticket? I didn't know his friend. So I was like, I don't know your friend. So that's why. And he was like, well, what is he going to do? He could stay at the Airbnb. And when you get done when we get down with the concert, you can go to the Airbnb, sit with him and hang out with him. But he doesn't need to go. My friend, mind you, I had 2 tickets, $500 or something like that. Seats were excellent seats. They weren't floor seats, but I did get the insurance. My friend turned around, bought 3 tickets, 3 more tickets, because I didn't buy a ticket for his friend. So that left me stuck with 2 tickets because one of the tickets that he bought was mine. However, I did not make him pay me for the ticket that I bought him because he bought me a ticket. But I still thought it was crazy as all good get out. Just so his friend can go. Let me tell you what happened with those 3 tickets. His friend really didn't want to go. And his friend proved to us, I'm about to tell you. His friend proved to us that he didn't want to go. We went out to dinner. His friend spent most of the time talking at the dinner that we missed everything, the whole concert. There was Silk, there was 112, I think there was Brian McKnight, and I think it was one other group of people. When we got there, 112 was almost done. And Escape was about to come on, and that was the last group. his friend, my friend's friend that came from out of town, when we were out at the dinner eating, he's like, "Oh, you know, black people don't start on time, so we're probably gonna get there. It doesn't matter. We're not gonna be late." I was like, "Yes, we are." And then my friend started thinking, "We are going to be late. We need to go." By the time we got there, we missed everybody. Like everybody, except for a little bit of 112. And let me give you a side note. 112 performed their butts off. All of them wasn't there. They had 2 extra people, and then the 2 from the group that are still a part of the group, and they combined themselves together, and them boys was working the stage when they did their fast song. Them boys was moving, man. They did a really good job. So 112 is good to see. They are going to perform for you. And the reason I brought that back up is because I still was stuck with 2 tickets. And thank goodness I bought that insurance. Now, the people that cover you with the insurance try to make it like you need all this proof. And I really did think I needed all this proof. All this proof to let us know, why you didn't show up at the concert to get your money back for the tickets. I sent them the schedule of me, because I did have to work the day I went to the concert. But mind you, I was on the schedule. But what happened was they kept on sending me messages after I sent them the schedule and showed them that I was on the schedule, and that's the reason why I didn't use the ticket. I used some other tickets. I used the tickets that my friend bought. But so I tried to get my money back based on, this is why I'm telling you to get the insurance. It's only like $15, $16 to get the insurance extra, aside from your ticket price. My friend was telling me, "Oh, lie to them. Don't come up with a lie and to get your money." I was like, "I'm not going to do that. I already am kind of lying because I called in from work. I didn't tell them to take me off the schedule. I just called in, so I was still on the schedule. So I sent the insurance company the schedule with my name on it, and it was real. And they kept on sending me notes. "We need more information, blah, blah this and blah, blah that, because if you want your money back for these tickets, we need more information." I gave up. I wasn't going to lie to them. I wasn't going to take it any further. I just was like, forget it. I lost my money. Whatever amount it was. I can't even remember what it was, but it was 2 tickets. Something like 3 something or something. And I gave up. A month went by, and I got a ping on my phone saying that you got a deposit, because the reality of it is those tickets never scanned on when you go to the concert. It'll scan your phone and it'll say you went. Once you get back there to the concert, you went. Well, those tickets were never scanned because I never used them. So I rightfully wanted my money back. Even though I did go to the concert off of someone else's tickets, I still deserve my money back because of how my friend played the whole situation. By buying 3 tickets and leaving me stuck with 2. Because if I didn't know you were going to do that, I wouldn't have bought those tickets. I wouldn't have bought you no ticket. I just would have been stuck with 1 ticket for me. And whatever the insurance people would have did, they would have did it. But by the grace of the Lord, which I just feel like I deserve my money back based on how my friend played the whole situation. By the grace of the Lord, a couple months later after the concert, my money was back in my account. So I recommend, if you don't show up at the concert, you don't scan that ticket, you probably will get your money back. And they won't really bother you about how much information proof you need, because they know that the tickets didn't scan. And they just was like, the tickets really didn't scan. He didn't go. There's no, he not lying. His tickets didn't scan. He didn't use those tickets. And I didn't. So just a side note for you to know that. I would suggest you buy the insurance. You put that extra $16 on the insurance. So back to Chris Brown. Yes, I went by myself. I had to pay $60 for the parking space. Now, I will go by myself again. It don't matter. If any concert, I'm about to go see Brandy and Monica. I offered my friend, he likes Brandy and Monica, just so happened. He's still scared to go spend his money on a concert. Why? I'm tired of going back and forth with him about it. I don't even care anymore because I'm going to be entertained by Brandon Monaco. I went to go be entertained by Chris Brown. I didn't go to be entertained by anybody that I want to go with me or expect to go with me. Now we have one of our friend girls potentially might be going. My friend potentially might be going if our friend girl goes, from what I understand, because he needs a group. He said it. He said, let's get a group of people that want to go. Well, if that does not happen, I'm still going to Brandy and Monica. Because guess why? Brandy and Monica and Kelly Rowland and Money Long and Jamal Roberts or whatever his name is, those are the people that I'm going to see. I'm not going to see my friends. So if they don't go, I already plan on renting a car, getting a hotel room so I can stay overnight. Now, if my friends go, they can take another car so that they can, if they don't want to stay overnight, that's their choice. I'm getting a 2-bedder. So if they want to stay overnight, they're welcome to stay overnight. But for me, if I get this 2-bedroom better, I'm staying overnight. I might want to go to the club. I might want to go to the casino. I am not going to let someone ruin my good time if you do not want to go. If I have to go by myself, so be it. It doesn't faze me. It really does not faze me. I'm a loner anyways, and it doesn't faze me. It really, really doesn't faze me. I still have 100% of a good time because I'm going to be entertained. I'm going to go be entertained by that artist. I'm not paying $300, for you to go. I'm paying my $300 to get entertained by the person on the stage. So it doesn't bother me if you don't go. It's open for them to go. But if they change their mind, it's not going to do anything to me. And I'm going to suggest that to anybody who feels like, oh, I don't want to go by myself. Are you going to go see them? Are you going to go see the artist that you're paying your money to see? Like, be real with yourself. Don't miss out on a good time just because you think you're not going to have a good time because you're by yourself, because you're going to have a good time. Because I did. I don't care what you say. I had a good time. I loved the Chris Brown concert. I enjoyed it. And it wasn't going to be any more exciting if they would have went. Believe me, because the people next to me, we was having a good time together. We got a little close with each other. We didn't get to know we didn't ask each other our names, but we were talking and conversating, because you can still have a good time if you go by yourself. So if you're out there thinking, oh, I don't want to go because I'm gonna go by myself, kick your butt over there. If you got the car, you got the money, take your butt on and go into that concert and enjoy yourself and have an experience. You wasn't born with nobody. If you're not no twin, you was born by yourself. Like, I got 11 brothers and sisters. That does not mean anything when you're about to go do something that you want to do. Like, it wasn't like I'm the only child. But again, don't let nobody convince you not to do something just because you got to go by yourself. Don't dare do it. Go have a good time. Go enjoy yourself. The concert gonna be the same whether somebody with you or whether you by yourself. And that's what I realized when I went to the first concert by myself. And I would say the first concert I went to by myself was SWV and Maya, Escape, Toto, 702. It's fabulous. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the heck out of it. It was an experience, and I will keep having that experience if you don't want to go. Like I said, this Brandy and Monica tour, the Boys Mind tour, we're supposed to go, but guess what? If I'm the only one, we're going to get our tickets at the end of this month. If I'm the only one getting my ticket at the end of this month, oh well, so be it. Because I'm not going to beg anybody to go. Okay? A lot of people don't like to spend $300. It costs to have a good time. It just does. It's not something that you have any control over. If that's who you want to see, then you're going to have to come out your pocket to see it. Period. It just is what it is. And I'm not going to let anybody stop me. That was the end of the summer concert, Breezybowl. And believe me, tens across the board. Believe me, it was tens across the board. That man, if you haven't seen Chris Brown, go. You will not, he's not going to disappoint you. He isn't. It is an experience. So, thank you for watching. Again, watch my videos on YouTube. Come on, people. My stuff is very interesting. If you sit down, get you some popcorn over the winter even. I know most people are in the house. That's the best time to watch my videos. Subscribe, like them, give me those views. I have a lot of treats that I really would like to present once I have a good following that hopefully you're going to enjoy. But I don't want to put them out there until I get a following. But again, at The Real McCoy Boy 24 or at The Real McCoy Boy, go watch my videos, like and subscribe, share. Definitely share all my videos. That's how I get more views. Even if you don't sit there and watch them, let them play. Just for my views to count. I want you to watch them because it's some good content. If you could sit there for that 38 minutes, 35 to 45 minutes of some of my videos. All of them aren't that long. But if you could sit there, if you don't want to sit there and watch them, just let them play for my views, for the support. Subscribe, like again. Thank you. Have a nice life. Have a nice night.